just the nicest
we
guy.
had a good friend who had a Down syndrome boy. He was 15 when we met him. He was terrified of shrubs. Just when he'd go to children's where there was the shrubs, he would just take off running from his parents.
Yeah.
He was in love with my daughter, who was about 8 or 9 at the time, beautiful long brown hair, and I had it, and he'd just rub it. We went to the Dallas Zoo. They had, that little habitat for the gorillas or whatever, and you have to go through all the trees. We were sitting on up there at the thing trying to decide, okay, well, 2 of us will go down with the kids and then stay with Patrick. And we look up, Patrick, my daughter has Patrick by the hand, and off they went. It didn't bother that those shrubs and trees were right there in his face.
Yeah.
He was with her.
Yeah.
And for years, that's how they were. He'd sit with her in church.
That's cool.
And if I wore my hair up, I'd have to take it down. Because he just, until it was down, and he'd just rub it. But he loved her. But that was the neatest thing. And he was always so happy.
Yeah.
Such a loving
Wow.
kid. We took a lot of road trips with him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat. And on the price of the meals, there's 1 star. I'll come back and ask the 1 star, 2 star, all the way up to 4 or dollar signs. Anyways,
Right.
Where would yours run?
I guess it'd be $1. I mean, I really don't know those what those mean.
I don't either exactly. Except when I see
What's the bill cost?
A sandwich and a side is $10.
That's what I say. It's like about $10 regular meal
Yeah,
anywhere else.
$10 to $12 is.
that's good. We
Yeah.
just maybe instead go with the dollar sign, but I never know what that means either.
Right.
Yeah.
Except when I see the 4 or 5, that means I don't go.
Yeah.
So,
And our sandwiches are big.
Right. Well, you're going
Yeah.
to help them out.
yeah.
That's a nonprofit, and to
Yeah.
see them, and to bring the joy for them.
And
More
what,
than the price of that meal.
what we want is people to come in because of what we're doing and come back because they had such a great meal.
Right.
I have every intention of bringing my 5-year-old grandson. He's
Good.
very outspoken. They're trying to
Uh-huh.
get us to let him do that improv stuff. They said, no telling what this child will say. Because he's very articulate for a 5-year-old.
You know what? There's no telling what
They will
our
say.
employees will say, and
And
we call them teammates.
Right.
And there's no telling what man.
And it'll be good. I'll take him to the homeless shelter, and he's begging to go back. He says, he tells his mama, he says, can we go down there and see my friends?
Oh,
But he loves them. But when he was 3, he told his Nana, they were looking for Lego, and she helped him find it. And he says, oh, Nana, thank you for alleviating my suspicion on where my Lego is. And she's like,
All right, 30
"Here's
seconds.
stuff."
Don't forget, H.U.G.S Cafe in McKinney on the square. This is way cool. And if you get a chance, send us a big old hello for Vickie Whiteside, and we'll email her. Stand by. Here we go. All right. Again, Dr. B, I'm going to tell you, I love our 647 music play because by that time we can't give anybody a heart attack and we won't get sued.
Well, we hope not anyway.
We hope not.
So,
I'll tell you what. Now,
it's a bright morning, and what a way to wake up.
what a way to wake up. Now, Dr. B, first of all, we want to say hello to everybody out there in DFW. If you're just now joining us, you're with On Point with JP and Dr. B. And we love waking up with Dallas Fort Worth in the morning. And today we have honored Vickie Whiteside. She was the first female officer, and at this point, the only female officer to be hired by Dallas Theological Seminary. And her approach is just absolutely fantastic. We will have her on our website here shortly so you can read about her. But then we've also given away a family 4-pack, which is always exciting to do. And we have Ruth Thompson on with us today from H.U.G.S Cafe. They are our nonprofit of the week, and they are just fantastic. They are a restaurant environment where they allow children and adults who are, I guess, adults though, right, Ruth? Maybe not children?
Yes, adults.
Adults.
Our teammates are 18 and above.
18 and above. And they have, you tell them, because I hate using the word disability. So, cognitive, developmental.
Developmental and intellectual, I say disability, but what we do is we look for their abilities and we use their abilities.
Well, and Dr. B, I was headed earlier on YouTube over there, but my daughter has dyslexia, and when the schools would use the word disability, I would remind her it's a gift to be able to see things differently than everybody else, that you're not like everybody else. And I'm going to tell you, when I look at the pictures on their Facebook page there's not a single person on there that I see that has a disability. These folks have gifts of a smile, they have gifts of a good attitude, and they are passing that on, and they're being able to feel like they're productive. Well, I'll tell you what, that is a gift from God all the way around.
Absolutely. The smile on their face, and you know what? When they smile at you, you just can't help but have a smile. Even if you've had a bad day, they're going to make you smile just by watching them. And you know, I like to think about them. I know we talk about disabilities, but I like to think about it as challenge or differences, because you know we all have some challenges. We don't always admit them, and sometimes we're able to hide them better than others. But we all have some challenges. So, and I know that the parents have to be extremely pleased of these individuals that you're employing as well, that because they want their kids to do well. In fact, just let me mention real quick that this Saturday I'll be speaking at the Warren Center in Richardson, and it is a center that specializes in helping children with differences or challenges in this area. I'm going to be talking to the parents about how to handle stress when you have a special needs child. So that'll be from 9 to 11 on Saturday the 14th, and it's going to be at the Warren Center, but they do require a RSVP. The public's invited, but if you're going to go, respond to Debbie, DEBBIE grace@thewarrencenter.org, and I'll see you there. But like the work that you're doing, what is the average price of a meal at your cafe?
The soups or the sandwiches always come with a side, and sandwiches are thick. Sandwiches with a side is $10. Large salads, entree salads are $12. So very, very reasonable.
Very reasonable price.
Now, Vickie, I'm sorry, I got Vickie over there, Officer
Of
Vickie over
course.
there. Ruth, how does someone get plugged in to want to come and be a part of H.U.G.S Cafe, whether they have a cognitive gift or not? How do we get in there and help you out and help you do God's work?
Well, we do take volunteers, and we thrive on our volunteers. We couldn't do our work without them. They contact me at ruth@hugscafe.org, and then I'll fix you up with our volunteer coordinator, or just come in and let us know. We currently have a wait list for teammates. We employ 23 teammates. We have 4 adults, mainstream adults on staff. And those mainstream adults are there for the lunch rush. So we don't want to put anyone in a position to fail. And trust me, a lunch rush on a sandwich line, puts me in a position to fail sometimes.
Puts some pressure on, doesn't it?
It does. So during a lunch rush on our sandwich line, we have some terrific adults that are mainstream adults. However, our teammates are serving the salads, or they made the salads, they made the cookies. We have one young woman, I have a great story about Kathy, and we were wondering what are we going to do with Kathy? Where are we going to put her? Well, she makes our toast, and she gets in there, and this woman who has a little limp, and but she gets in there and she doesn't say no to anything. She's making the toast. She hears somebody needs some cookies, so she jumps over and grabs the cookies. And if somebody needs a salad or a side, and the person who is doing that job is busy doing something, Kathy's right there, and it's like, you can't tie her down. She's 43 years old and has been home with Mom since she aged out of school. And Mom says she sees a spark in her that she hasn't seen in years. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why we're doing this.
Boy, if you're not shedding a tear out there, then you got a cold heart. You need to get out there and volunteer some at H.U.G.S Cafe. Where can they find you all over the place? Social media, your physical location. How can they find you and come and have a hug and a smile and a sandwich?
Well, we're on Facebook, as you said, and it's H.U.G.S Cafe. Yes, we have a Twitter account, Am I very good at that? Not really, but my son is. We've got a great website, all over social media. Our physical address is 224 East Virginia Street in McKinney.
And that's on the historic downtown, right?
Historic
So the
downtown
square.
McKinney. We're not immediately on the square. We're a block and a half off of the square, but we're in historical downtown McKinney.
And that is a very quaint place, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. We couldn't have asked for a better location. It's amazing.
Now, what if somebody just decides, hey, you know what, we want to help fund H.U.G.S Cafe because we believe in this as well. Do they call you directly? Do they send you an email? How would you like someone to get a hold of you to help you out?
Oh, I will come to your house. But you can contact me by email, ruth@hugscafe.org. You can contact us through the website. Send me a message through Facebook.
Now, what is your website? Is it hugscafe.org?
It's hugscafe.org, but hugscafe.com is synced to it, so either way, you'll reach us.
A lasting message for our listeners, Ruth. Leave them with something that makes them want to come to your store.
You can walk in a bad mood, but you can't walk out that way. You walk in the door, you're greeted with smiles and hugs, and every single person that you come in contact with loves you.
Yeah.
And besides that, our food is fabulous. But what we're doing is not only changing the lives of those that work there, but we're changing everyone's life that walks in the door.
Boy, that's a lasting thought.
That is.
You're having a bad day, go to H.U.G.S Cafe and get a smile and a new attitude, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Not a bad day at all. Ruth, thank you so much for joining us here with On Point with JP and Dr.
Thank
B.
you.
And thank you for the work you're doing for those families. And
Thank
All
you.
right, so here we go, Dr. B. It is time to duel between you and I. You know, Action Jackson, we need to get some cool dueling music between Dr. B and I, where it's like Doomsday, where I'm going to beat him on all this family freebie stuff because he's never as good as I am. Well, that's what I say.
now, Action Jackson, you and I both know better, but we can humor him.
Just trying to keep a job.
We can humor him.
And don't forget, real quick, don't forget to stay tuned for Brian Glenn as he comes on after us on KEXB 620 AM. Does a fantastic job for the DFW area, so stay tuned for him. All right, Dr. B, I went first last week. It's your turn. Family freebies.
Family freebie. Okay, I'm recommending this time the Anne and Gabriel Barbier Mueller Museum and the Samurai Collection, Tuesday through Sunday. It's a great opportunity to go and have a lot of fun. It's at 2501 North Hardwood in Dallas.
Well, I got one better than that. And Devona, you're going to want to listen to this one. Free ice cream. 500 free ice cream scoops from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. November 14th at the Haagen-Dazs shop at Prestonwood Park Shopping Center at 6505 West Park Boulevard, Suite 322 in Plano, Texas. Absolutely free, and you can enter into a drawing to win ice cream for a year. Again, that's at Prestonwood Park Shopping Center in Plano, Texas from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Dr. B.
That's a good one.
All right, folks, we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
I think I owned you on that one.
You have somebody recently.
No, I didn't. You're going to love it. I typed it because Trey sent me horrible ones. He sent me Dallas Farmers Market. And I'm like, really, Trey? That's not free. You got to pay for the groceries down there. And so I just typed in Dallas freebies, or freebies in Dallas this weekend. And a website comes up.
All right. I've been on the website.
Hey, well, that was
All right, great show, everybody.
Hey, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you mind?
That was fun, wasn't it?
Right there.
It was. Sure beats twerking.
Yeah, there you go. That's,
And I like
why
what I do.
That's why they're here.
Hey, Bill. I did not make that one. It's hard to get to the table. So I don't know who left out. I want you to picture,
Okay, so
Pretty much get paid to play anyway, so.
I'm
Well,
a
that's
material
true.
witness, huh? Okay.
Because I do not want to get in trouble.
Tell my chief I'm going visiting. I'll be
Do
back.
I need
Well,
to
there
put
you go.
protection here?
Let me know.
I say, I walked in
Call
talking. He's like,
Marshall.
oh, Vickie, don't say that on the radio.
That's what we got Vickie here for.
We have our
Take care of
This
it.
is what you said right here. I said, oh, chief, that sounds like work. That ain't that much.
Did we forget something?